What's good, Commanders fans? Taylor Heinicke has now signed with the Atlanta Falcons for a 2-year deal worth up to $20 million. So I just want to congratulate him for that. I know there's a lot of fans and there's a lot of divide. He's a polarizing guy. There's a lot of people that love him, a lot of people that hate him. But I'm just thankful for what he did in D.C. or in Landover, Maryland. For a guy that was sleeping on his sister's couch, the Legend of Taylor Heinicke game where he came in and played in a playoff game and it was competitive against Tom Brady, gave us a puncher's chance, dived for the pylon, scored a touchdown through a beautiful pass to Logan Thomas, a really nice pass to Steven Sims for a touchdown. This guy has been a constant professional. Ryan Fitzpatrick getting hurt, Alex Smith getting hurt. Who else is bad? Carson Wentz getting injured, really just not playing well. I had to step in for him. And playing well. Every time his number is called on, he's ready to play. And he's one of the few Washington quarterbacks to finish with a winning record. Let's see what his record was before he left. 12-11-1. Not great, but still winning record. How many quarterbacks can you say that have left DC with a winning starting record? Not many at all. Not many at all. Washington quarterbacks record during that time with other starting quarterbacks, 3-7. So this guy, he had a lot of luck on his side. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to lie to you. He had a lot of fortune. I remember that pass to Curtis Samuel where the ref got in the way. Just stuff like that would happen. A lot of dropped interceptions. That is true. He had a lot of turnover-worthy plays that were dropped, for sure. But he had a lot of big plays that were made. He gave Terry McLaurin a lot of chances. You know, the shirt where it said, "Forget it, Terry's down there somewhere." Of course, the Jordans that he would wear when he beat teams. I love that. That was a lot of fun. Just had a lot of moxie and a lot of swag coming from ODU, Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. The pass to Terry against Green Bay where he just threw it up to him. And, you know, him and Terry had the best connection, man. They really did. I think out of all the quarterbacks that Terry has had in his career, he's had the best connection with Taylor Heinicke. He just never really got on the same page with Carson Wentz. He was just never really able to. Maybe that Jaguars game where Terry got the touchdown, that's really it. But he had the better connection with Taylor Heinicke. You saw his targets go up and his receptions go up when Taylor Heinicke was put in the game. So it's just what it was. So, I mean, thank for Taylor. Beating Tom Brady last year, beating Derek Carr last year against the Raiders, 4-game winning streak. The pass to Terry against Stephon Gilmore, where Terry mauled Stephon Gilmore. I know Taylor Heinicke just had a bunch of crazy moments for sure. The Green Bay game where he won that game, where he started off awful, and then we won that game. But yeah, Taylor definitely had some good moments for sure, man. He definitely had some good moments, man. Probably forgetting some, but you look at his career too, man. Undrafted out of college, was in the XFL, was a backup quarterback in the XFL to Jordan Ta'amu, who's the DC Defenders quarterback right now. Remember him shotgun in the beers in the locker room, cut by 5 teams in 4 years, slept on his sister's couch, signed to the practice squad, started 24 games in 2 years, and this is where he's at right now. So he's gonna back up Desmond Ridder, and then who knows with that? You know, I like Desmond Ridder a little bit. I think he's okay. I think he's gonna be a decent quarterback in this league, but unfortunately, it's a 17-game season, a long season. So if he does get injured, knock on wood, then you know Taylor Heinicke's definitely gonna be ready to step up. The Falcons game where we beat the Falcons 31-28, where he threw that pass up to Terry McLaurin 1-on-1, and Terry caught that, and then he threw the pass across the field to J.D. McKissick, basically for the game winner. The Giants game, the pass to J.D. McKissick for the game, and Ricky Seals-Jones for the game winner, where we beat them on Thursday Night Football. So definitely a roller coaster ride with Taylor Heinicke for sure. There was certainly some ups and downs. The Green Bay game where he slid before getting into the end zone, there were some bonehead moments there for sure too, some frustrating moments. But I appreciate Taylor Heinicke and I respect him. Definitely should have started against the Browns, and I said that a million times. I know people don't care because they think both quarterbacks are awful, but he definitely would have gave us a way better chance to win that game. Carson Wentz had no business starting in that game. I thought Carson Wentz basically showed who he was in that Titans game where he threw the interception in the red zone, and then the Bears game, he just looked awful. I was just tired of seeing Carson Wentz. I saw enough for the rest of the season. And then the 4th and 4 against the Giants where we tied the game. That was an incredible pass to Curtis Samuel. That was a heck of a play. So I'm rooting for Taylor Heinicke. I wish him nothing for the best, nothing but the best. But I knew he was not going to come back when he went on the Pat McAfee show and he said what he said. He just didn't like the way things were handled with him being benched for the Browns game, and then Ron wanted him to start against the Cowboys, and then Taylor was like, "Nah, I ain't starting, man. Why you want to start me now?" after you should have started me in a meaningful game where we could have made the playoffs. Like, I'm not starting. Go ahead and start Sam. Let Sam go see what Sam can do, man. He's a rookie. Y'all need to see what he can do, man. So I respect Taylor for that too. Honestly, I would have did the same thing. I would have did the same thing if I was Taylor Heinicke. So, but yeah, Scott Turner, man, he's the one that wanted Taylor Heinicke to be there because Taylor Heinicke was going to retire and become a coach or something like that. So Scott Turner, I give Scott Turner a little bit of credit for that. And Ron Rivera did give Taylor a chance too. So I do got to give Ron Rivera a little bit of credit for that as well. So we'll see what happens with Taylor Heinicke's career. All right, let's move on to Austin Ekeler, the rumors here. So this is from Josh Taylor. He has a YouTube channel as well. He started up this report. He said free agency rumor the Washington Commanders could have interest in running back Austin Ekeler per multiple reports. Now, Austin Ekeler, he's requested a trade, or his agent said that he wants to trade or something like that. Ekeler scored 18 total touchdowns in 2022, which is incredible. Of course, Austin Ekeler is a heck of a player, man. He is the running back out of the Chargers, if you did not know. Also, Ken Johnson, the Burgundy Burner, on Twitter, he says, okay, this is apparently gaining some steam. I heard about this approximately 2 hours ago, and it looks like Josh heard about it as well. Excuse me, I haven't heard anything since the initial rumors, so Josh probably has more info at this juncture. So this is what Ken and Josh are saying. Personally, I don't have any interest in it. I really don't. I don't think we need to trade for a running back. I don't think it helps this team at all. I don't see that running back and wide receivers probably one of they are the strongest parts in the defensive line, of course. Like, it's like saying, let's trade for another wide receiver. Why would we do that when we have Terry and John and Curtis? Like, there's no point in doing that. Brian Robinson's a stud, in my opinion. If he doesn't get shot, then he probably gets 1,000 yards on the season. Antonio Gibson's a good dual threat running back wide receiver. I know it's the last year of his contract, but I don't see any point of trading for a running back. Like, it makes no sense to me, man. Like, maybe a fifth or a sixth. I wouldn't even do that. I get Austin Ekeler is an elite talent. He's a great player, but it's not what we need. We need to find out what Sam can do, or if there was a way to get Lamar Jackson, I would have did that, honestly. But that's the only thing I'm trading for. I'm not about to trade for a running back when we already have two good running backs. It makes zero sense to me. That's not what we need. The team needs offensive linemen too. So running back is one of the strengths. I wouldn't trade for another strength. It's like saying, oh, let's trade for another defensive tackle. That makes zero sense. It makes zero sense to me. It doesn't really. It could make the team better, sure, but I don't see why I would take snaps and carries away from Brian Robinson. I don't see why I would take carries away from Antonio Gibson as well. Like, they're both good players. Like, that's not what we need. We don't need another running back. We need linemen still. I mean, they addressed the offensive line position. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get another lineman, some more depth, or maybe another left tackle, an upgrade of left tackle or something like that, maybe. Over Lano, if they can find a legitimate left tackle out there in free agency. I mean, Orlando Brown's out there, but they're not going to pay that. But you guys get what I mean. Like, I like Ekeler. He's a good player, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Excuse me, I'm still under the weather. But, yeah, I wouldn't make that move. So, I was going to give a grade for free agency on day one. I mean, I guess I'll give it like a B minus. Now, excuse me, they signed solid players. They haven't hit any home runs. I think Ron is being smart with the money again. He's bargain bin shopping. Linebacker, a lot of people didn't like the linebacker that we signed yesterday, Cody Barton, but he's a solid player, depth piece. Probably going to have to bring back Cole Hogan. Probably going to have to draft a linebacker as well. Bobby Okereke went to the Giants, so that's a disappointing guy that went off the board. David Long got signed. So there's some good backers that got taken yesterday. It is what it is on that part. Cam Dantzler, you can't get too excited about these guys, but they're solid signings. It's kind of like the 2020 free agency. Signing J.D. McKissick, signing Logan Thomas, solid guys, and they worked out. They did work out. I was happy with the way they played for the price that we paid. So maybe it's Ronald Darby kind of signings. Guys like that. Well, Ronald Darby was awful with the Eagles, but he played well here. Cam Dantzler struggled last year with the Vikings, but maybe he could play well here and fit in the zone scheme. Just a long, lanky corner. You just look at it that way. So I'm not going to be like, oh, we're not signing big name linebacker, stuff like that. It's the Ron Rivera kind of way. I'm just looking at it that way. So I give it like a B minus. Andrew Wiley, solid. Had some ups and downs last year, gave him a good amount of sacks, but he showed up big in the Super Bowl. Nick Gates had a solid year last year. That Giants offensive line kind of up and down, struggled to protect Daniel Jones, but I think he's upgraded over what we had and provides position flex. So that's just my outlook on it. Excuse me, no home runs, but solid signing. So I give it like a B minus, to be honest with you. Other guys that really are available, and then I'll wrap this video up for today. I think Andy Dalton's the guy. I keep saying this over and over. I think he's going to be the guy that we sign at quarterback. Mariota's available. Brissett's available. I'm not really interested in Brissett, to be honest with you. Minshew intrigues me a little bit. Baker Mayfield, no. Bridgewater, no. I'm good on him. Teddy Two Gloves. And that's really it, man. Isaac Samalo, the guard for the Eagles. I would have loved to pick him up, but I know the price is probably too much. We're just not going to sign a tight end. I don't think we will. Excuse me. So, all right, you guys. We'll wrap it up here. We'll see who else they signed. Hell Commanders. Peace.